Hey guys, it's good to be back on another segment of Celeb-O-meter. So today, we're going to be talking about someone that I hope that I look as good as in 20 years of aging. I mean, this guy just looks great. It's the handsome, the good-looking Jung Woo-sung.
Well, I'm sure that there are a lot of people who laughed and cried, just like I did, because of Jung Woo-sung's acting. He's definitely got a place in all the fans' hearts.
Yeah, and when you mention Jung Woo-sung, actually people immediately associate him with words like cool, handsome, and just like you said, also, I wouldn't mind aging like Jung Woo-sung personally. I don't know if it will happen or not, but okay. And when people also think of Jung Woo-sung, they also mention his good looks, but he's also a very kind and thoughtful guy. So today we'll get to learn more about him. Stay with us. Now, Fox, here we go. Let's kick off with the beginning. When did he debut?
Well, actually, to take a look at when he debuted, it was surprisingly enough, it was 1994.
So I guess Crystal and you were just, what, babies?
We're just little ones.
1 year old.
Little babies.
Well, he actually kicked off with the movie Kumio, The Fox with Nine Tails. So this was, what, over 20 years ago? He's now in his 40s, yeah?
Yeah, actually, you know, when I kind of found this out, I was a little surprised, Adrian. I actually thought you guys were kind of similar age a little bit.
I thought he was younger than Adrian.
Hey, I'm
just
much
kidding.
younger than him, okay?
Adrian
I'm
looks
much younger than him.
Adrian looks younger.
But I'll give it to you. He looks younger than his age. That's for sure. Yeah.
Well, he definitely has a secret to looking young, probably. And if any of you guys ever find out, please let me know. And I actually watched the movie, The Fox with Nine Tails, on cable before, and it doesn't look like a movie that's 20 years old. And if you guys don't know what it's about this fabled Korean creature, a nine-tailed fox called Kumio, and a love story that blossoms between her and a human. It's a pretty touching story.
You seem to know the story quite well. I wonder if you watched it because of Jung Woo-sung or because you like the story?
Because of both.
That's usually the case here. Well, his image actually changed a lot throughout the years. I think you have some more information for us.
Yeah, you know, taking a look at his image, it kept changing over the years, you know, these 20 years of kind of an image transformation. But one thing I thought was kind of interesting is his face almost looks the same. It looks like he hasn't even aged. So let's take a look at just some of his image transformations. So in the late 1990s with the movies Beat and The City of the Rising Sun, he had the image of an icon or an iconic youth. And in the early 2000s, he brought out in the hit film A Moment to Remember and became the king of a melodrama. And in 2008, he was in The Good, the Bad, the Weird, and that's when the image came to represent the epitome of style. Very stylish in that film. And in the past several years, he came out with Cold Eyes and The Divine Move. That's when he got the ultimate charisma image. And then there's Remember You, which came out this year, and that's when he got the image of the middle-aged heartthrob.
It's funny, I mean, it's not funny, but it's interesting that you mentioned all these movies. It kind of gives us how the film industry also evolved here in Korea. And I remember, of course, his movie, The Good, the Bad, the Weird, with him riding a horse, his coat flying with a rifle. Of course, very handsome as usual. Kind of reminded me of those, you know, those Western movies, cowboys. That's pretty fun.
Well, he looked amazing. And I personally like Jung Woo-sung in the movie Remember You. And if you watched it, you'll understand why and how he got the image, the middle-aged heartthrob image. It was perfect.
You know, actually, I've also heard that a lot of people are starting to call him middle-aged fatal. You know, like those French words. Maybe, Adrian, maybe you could help me out?
Yeah, homme fatal.
Homme fatal, there we go.
Fatal. Well, he's an homme fatal, that's for sure. Yeah. And when it comes to, I guess, Jung Woo-sung, we not only have to mention his looks, but he's also, as I said in the opening, he's also a very thoughtful, kind person. So let's talk a bit about his personality here.
That is true. I mean, he is loyal to a fault, always very involved and dedicated to helping his crew and fellow cast members. So I have just a couple examples for you guys, so let's take a look. Like when he was filming City of the Rising Sun, he always made sure to look after actor Lee Bum-soo, who is a non-principal actor in the film, or when he bought samgyetang Korean chicken stew for the entire crew of That Winter, the Wind Blows. And he opened up an entertainment agency with his friend Lee Jung-jae of 20 years. He starred and produced Remember You to help out the director, a former production staff member of The Good, The Bad, The Weird. And they actually opened up their own production company together.
Yeah, I heard about that and I thought that was pretty crazy actually. So he's not only, a loyal friend, he's very considerate, very thoughtful. That's what I mean when I say thoughtful. Yeah.
Isn't it so touching what he did for the director of Remember You? He starred in the movie and he started a production company just so that they can produce the movie.
And it's exactly those kind of actions that make his fans smile and also his friends adore him. Now, you talked about this entertainment agency that he opened. Can you give us more details?
Yeah, actually, he opened the agency with his famous actor friend Lee Jung-jae after 20 years of being friends.
Well,
so it's a great venture that they've started together.
If I'm ever in the neighborhood of their agency, I'm going to try to catch a glimpse of a two-shot between Lee Jung-jae and Jung Woo-sung. I'm actually curious to see what kind of talents they bring us.
Yeah, big question mark there, and we'll keep you posted. But he's not only good to his friends, he's also, working hard to maybe help the people in need and also try to make our society a better place.
That is very true. He's appointed as an ambassador for the UN refugee agency called the UNHCR. So I think that's amazing of him.
Yeah, I'm sure the netizens also have a lot to say about him and his activities, right, Fox?
That is true. The support that he's shown towards the UN Refugee Agency is getting a lot of attention from netizens online. So let's take a look at just some of their top comments. Made me reevaluate my priorities, or made me realize the severity of the refugee crisis. We support and salute you. And number one, the thing we saw the most was, he's beautiful on the inside and outside.
I agree with you, Fox. And there are only 11 UNHCR Goodwill ambassadors in the whole world, including Korean actor Jung Woo-sung. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen Hollywood star Angelina Jolie working with the UN as well. And when Jung Woo-sung visits refugee camps, he pays his own way. He goes without security, without his manager. And this is something that's really close to his heart.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's setting a great example for everyone. His fans are also, tagging along, and they are also beginning to address this refugee crisis. I also heard that he had a pretty emotional moment at one of these refugee camps, right?
Yes, that's true. There was a very special moment that they had kind of a little special story for you guys. There was a moment when there was a Nepalese and South Sudanese refugee that saw Jung Woo-sung and saw him in the movie A Moment to Remember. And when they saw him passing by, screamed out, "Oppa!"
Oppa!
And he heard it, and it was really touching to him. And from that moment on, he vowed that he would be the best refugee ambassador that he could be.
Yeah, it's a nice, touching story, and I'm sure it will continue to affect him for many, many years. He will continue to work hard. And our viewers, you are Showbiz Korea fans. I know some of you are also huge fans of Jung Woo-sung. You maybe have some messages. I think we do have some comments. Let's take a look.
All right, so just some of the messages gathered from our social media sites are: excited for his next production and looking forward to his new movie. Also messages about the friendship between Lee Jung-jae and Jung Woo-sung. And of course, how much his fans love and support him. And we also saw some fighting.
Exactly, fighting. And we are also looking forward to his upcoming productions. He has some movies coming out, right?
I can't wait for them.
I know.
Well, his movie Asura with Hwang Jung-min will be released later this year, as well as The King, his movie with the handsome Cho In-sung.
So we promise to keep you updated, of course.
Looking into it and, learning a little bit more about Jung Woo-sung, I realized, how much this guy loves his work and loves the people around him. Maybe one day people could say the same thing about me. I don't know.
Well, we thank you also for your hard work, Fox. So don't worry about that. But we'll see you next week again with some more information.
That's right. I'll be back next week for another segment of Celeb-O-meter.
Sounds good, everyone. We have more updates. We'll say goodbye to Fox for now. Thanks a lot.
See ya.
Thank you.